Hello students, good morning to all of you. Students, in the previous class we discussed on Ampere's circuital law and its application. How to determine the magnetic field due to a current carrying conductor. Then we discussed the magnetic field of a solenoid. We derived the formula by using Ampere's circuital law. The magnetic field of solenoid is mu naught Ni, where N is turn density per unit length. Okay, so in today's lecture we understood about a toroid, and by using the Ampere's circuital law we will derive the magnetic field or derive a formula for the magnetic field for a current carrying toroid or toroidal solenoid. Basically, a toroid is a, a toroid is considered as a ring shaped solenoid which is like as a endless cylindrical solenoid. So now we understood how the formula for magnetic field for toroid is calculated. This is a toroid. For this, suppose the length of the toroid is L and total turn of wire wound on the insulated wire wound on the toroid is capital N. Just we write here L is length of toroid, capital N is total number of total turns of insulated wire wound over it, and small n is number turn density, number turns density, that is number of turn of insulated wire per unit length, that is n is equal to capital N upon L. Therefore total turns in the wire is N into L. This is an important relation. Okay, now here small n can be defined as number of turn per unit length, number of turn per unit length. Okay, now for calculating the magnetic field due to a toroid, we just understood about a toroid. Suppose it is a toroid of length capital R, of radius capital R with center O. Then for a toroid the magnetic field calculated for the 3 points for the toroid. One Okay, this is a toroid. For this toroid, the magnetic field can be calculated on 3 points, that 4 point P1 inside the toroid, 4 point P2 on the axis of the toroid at this point is P2, and outside the toroid at point P3. So for the situations or the four case, the magnetic field inside and outside the toroid is zero, because the total current threading the toroid is lies on the axis of toroid, and on the point P and P1 and P3 there is no current threading with the amperial loop, which we assumed for point P3 from a distance R3, and for point at a distance R1 inside the toroid, these both points have no current. So magnetic field due to the point P1 inside the toroid and point P3 outside the toroid is 0. Now we can calculate the total magnetic field for the toroid due to the current moving on the toroid or on the axis of the endless cylindrical toroid, which we form this, and the current is threading from here like this. So the total current threading through the toroid is total current threading the toroid at P2 on the axis of toroid, on the surface of toroid. Okay, that is capital I is equal to NLI, and L is the circumference of toroid, so this will become Ni 2 pi r. Clear? This is your equation first. Now when P2 is on the surface of toroid, on the axis of toroid. Okay, now for the point on the axis of toroid or core of toroid, we determine that the total current threading the toroid at P2 on the surface of toroid, or we say core of toroid, is I is equal to NLI, where NL is total number of turn of solenoid. So Ni and L is the circumference of cylindrical solenoid or toroid is 2 pi r. Now consider a toroid having n turns per unit length. Let I be the current flowing through the toroid. Therefore the magnetic field lines mainly remain the core on the toroid and are in the form of concentric circle. Consider such a circle of mean radius capital R. The circular mean radius capital R, the circular closed path surrounded n loops or turns of wire, each of which carries current I. This is about the idea for a magnetic field due to toroid. Now from using Ampere's circuital law, the line integral of magnetic field for a toroid is B dl cos 0 degree, because current is moving like this. So for circular coil, if the current given by the tip of the curl of finger, then the magnetic field is inward. Okay, so on drawing a tangent on the direct magnetic field, it is observed that the vector magnetic field and the small current element dl are in the same direction, then the angle between magnetic field and current element vector is 0 degree. Therefore we get B dl. Here this value B dl is L, or L is for the toroid is B into 2 pi capital R. This is equation second. Now on equating, 1 minute, therefore total current is given by the equation first. Therefore according to Ampere's circuital law, the line integral of magnetic field B dl is equal to mu naught upon mu naught into I, and the total current is mu naught Ni 2 pi R. Okay, this is equation third. Now on equating, equation second and third, we get B into 2 pi R is equal to mu naught Ni into 2 pi R. So this R, 2 pi R is cancelled by this. Therefore the magnetic field due to a toroid B is equal to mu naught Ni. This is the magnetic field of a toroid. Just copy it. Now, so for the two cases, the point P inside which I explained to you earlier, that for any point inside the toroid or the empty space surrounded by the toroid and outside the toroid, the magnetic field is zero, because magnetic field is zero because the net current enclosed by the space is also zero. Okay, this is all about a toroidal solenoid. Now students, we understood about some cases related to the solenoid. In the last class or in the previous lecture, we understood about the magnetic field due to a solenoid. Okay, that field is given by B is equal to mu naught Ni. ओके, थोड़ा सा सिचुएशन को समझते हैं, उसके बाद हम कंडीशंस को बनाएंगे और कुछ एप्लीकेशंस को समझेंगे कि किस तरह से इसको निकालते हैं. सपोज इफ अ टोरॉइड, इफ अ सोलेनॉइड having very large length, okay, therefore if I current is moving from one end of it and from the another end the current is outgoing from the solenoid, then from the end from which the current is moving in the solenoid is behave like north pole, and from where the current is out from the solenoid is behave like a south pole. Now for this, if a core of L length or a wire of N length which extremely extended from its both end, okay, therefore for any point on the wire, let's say P, the magnetic field due to the end due to this solenoid at point P is given by okay, this is and A and this is B. For these two situations, if from this point we join, we say this A dash is joined with P, then the angle between the AP A dash is alpha, and when we join this B dash point with P, then the angle between BP B dash is beta. Okay, then if the wire is extend both side infinitely, then the case 1, if the length of solenoid, or if a solenoid of infinite length, okay, then the magnetic field is given by the very long solenoid is mu naught upon 4 pi mu naught upon 4 pi 2 ni, and in bracket sin alpha plus sin beta, which you calculate for the straight conductor at point P of a length, जो कि आपने निकाला था, that is B is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi 2 pi r I अपॉन आर स्क्वायर। तो जब हमने इसको सॉल्व किया था तो हमें रिजल्ट मिला था म्यू नॉट अपॉन 2 I अपॉन आर। ठीक है, सो बाय यूजिंग द सेम रिलेशन दिस इज द सिचुएशन फॉर द सोलेनोइड। अब अगर हम कंडीशन बनाएंगे डेट for the infinite long solenoid alpha is equal to 90, because for the infinite length at every point P is at 90. Okay, so the value of alpha is 90 and beta is also 90, therefore B is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi 2 pi ni and sin 90 plus sin 90. This will become 2. So mu naught upon 4 pi 2 pi ni into 2. This 2 and 2 pi cancel this and we get the result, that is mu naught ni, which we derived in the last lecture. Now the second case is magnetic field due to solenoid at any end, due to solenoid at any end. Say if this is A and this is B, तो अगर हम मैग्नेटिक फील्ड यहां पे निकालते हैं और ये इन्फिनिटी लेंथ सोलेनोइड है, तो इस केस में बीटा की वैल्यू 90 हो जाएगी एंड अल्फा की वैल्यू 0 हो जाएगी। अगर हम ए पर कैलकुलेट करते हैं तो अल्फा 90 हो जाएगा और बीटा 0 हो जाएगा। Therefore अल्फा इज इक्वल टू at A alpha is 0 degree and beta is 90 degree, and second case at B at A is alpha 90 and beta 0 degree, at B alpha 0 degree and beta 90 डिग्री। ये दो सिचुएशन हमें मिलेगी बाय पुटिंग द वैल्यू ऑन दिस फॉर्मूला, दैट बीटा इज इक्वल टू म्यू नॉट अपॉन 4 पाई Ni into 2 pi and sin 0 degree plus sin 90 degree. This we get, this 2 pi cancel this 2 times, so mu naught upon 2 Ni 0 plus 1. This is the magnetic field which is equal to B is equal to mu naught Ni upon 2. Hence, the magnetic field due to a infinitely long solenoid at any end is magnetic field at any end is equal to half of magnetic field in general, or we say at center of solenoid. Just copy this. Now student, we will discuss some more application of magnetic field, calculation of magnetic field due to the current carrying different shape conductor. Okay, calculation of magnetic field by current carrying wire. Okay, this is very most important, how we calculate the value of the magnetic field for different shape current carrying wires. Okay, so first we understood about the conditions. If we have a circular coil, then at its center, circular coil having radius O with its center current having I, the magnetic field is given by B is equal to mu naught I upon 2R. Okay, second case, due to a current carrying circular coil of radius R having current I on the axis at point P, the magnetic field is given by mu naught I upon 2 x square plus r square to the power 3 by 2. And the third case, that a current carrying straight wire at its center P, the field is mu naught upon 2 pi I upon r, and at any end due to the same this is वायर ए बी और मैग्नेटिक फील्ड यहाँ पे हम निकालते हैं, तो सेम कंडीशन था स्टूडेंट्स। इसके लिए हमारा मैग्नेटिक फील्ड का फॉर्मूला था म्यू नॉट अपॉन 4 पाई आई अपॉन आर साइन अल्फा प्लस साइन बीटा। क्लियर। अब अगर हम एक एंड के लिए निकालते हैं तो कोई भी एक एंगल जीरो हो जाएगा, जो कि यहाँ पे हमने अल्फा और बीटा लिया है अभी, और जब हमने इसको डिराइव किया था तो हमने थीटा फाई 1 और फाई 2 लिया था। तो अगर हमारा कोई भी एंड हम यहाँ पे लेते हैं तो कोई भी एक पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट जीरो हो जाएगा, एंगल अल्फा और बीटा में से कोई एक जीरो हो जाएगा, और एनी ऑफ द टू इज 90. Therefore, the magnetic field for this situation is mu naught upon 4 pi I upon R. ये था डिस्टेंस। ओके, तो ये 4 सिचुएशंस हमारे पास हैं, और ड्यू टू दीज 4 सिचुएशन we have some identical application to derive or calculate the magnetic field. Like, इसके लिए हम एक और फॉर्मूला आपको बता रहे हैं, डेट इज मैग्नेटिक फील्ड ड्यू टू अ पार्ट ऑफ द सर्कुलर कॉइल इज थीटा अपॉन 360। इसे आप याद रखेंगे, इट इज अ वेरी मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर्मूला। सो कुछ एप्लीकेशन पहले हम इसकी समझते हैं। डेट अगर हमें ऐसा गिवन करे like this, the current is carrying I and we have to determine the magnetic field due to the loop, तो हम इसके लिए सिचुएशन बना सकते हैं, that is it is like a quadrant, so this angle is 90, so we are using here 90 upon 360, it will become 1/4 of the magnetic field due to a circular coil. Okay, अगर ऐसा ही सिचुएशन हमें इस तरह का गिवन कर देगा, so we understood about the first we have to determine the conditions. This is point 1, this is point 2, this is point 3. Similarly, point 1, point 2 and point 3 having current I, and we need to calculate the magnetic field at the center. Okay, so for this situation we find first for the straight wire by the formula, and this is at center. Okay, and for this again by the same formula, and for this, and then we add the total magnetic field at point 1, point 2, point 3, say B1, B2, B3, and then we calculate the total magnetic field. Okay, similarly कोई केस हमारा ऐसा होता है like okay, of radius R, current is carrying from this point I, moving like this and out from here, so point 1, this is your 2 and this is 3rd, तो यहाँ तक तो लूप का केस बन जाएगा, और उससे आगे स्ट्रेट कंडक्टर। ये कुछ एप्लीकेशन इस तरह की होती है। फिर कुछ एप्लीकेशंस हमारे पास ये होती हैं, the current carrying in the loop like this. Okay, and need to be calculate magnetic field at the center, and at O this is radius R2, this is radius R1. So we calculate the magnetic field due to a current carrying coil I, okay, on the axis, and then we calculate the net field नेट फील्ड जो हमारा निकलेगा वो निकलेगा इसके रिजल्टेंट से, और रिजल्टेंट के लिए हम फॉर्मूला यूज करते हैं, रिजल्टेंट ऑफ मैग्नेटिक फील्ड एट ओ, at point O, okay, is equal to, because these two are the rectangular component, okay, therefore this is, if the magnetic field due to coil 1, this is coil 2, is B1, and for this is B2, so we calculate B1 square plus B2 square. This is one application, and this, okay. So by using all these we determine the magnetic field for the cases. In the next lecture we will take some numericals, how to determine the magnetic field by these applications. Thank you.